Hello, my name is Jorge Pedred, and this is Legendary Fathers, an edgecast from the edge of my being to the world. An edgecast is a space for exploring your edge, going from your edgecast, and it's different from a podcast because it's not from a pod. This is from the edge, and right now I'm speaking from the edge of my being, from going to the edge and speaking from there. And this space, Legendary Fathers, is for telling the legends of fathers who are at the edge of modern culture, and also for creating a space for empowering and landing distinctions and bringing in tools and experiments and practices that can help other fathers in their journey, other fathers who are on their edge to come closer to reality and to skill up so they can have the tools to build the regenerative cultures that they are taking a stand for. So in this episode, I want to talk about being center and becoming center. And as a father, when I started my journey as a father, there was always, or there was since the beginning of being a father, there was these two ways. There was the way of leaving the family, going outside of my family space, and staying with my family, staying with my partner since the beginning, since the very beginning. And there was these two doorways, like I'm not good enough for this, or this is not what I want, or I'm not a family person, I'm not a family man. And there was always this doorway of me wanting to leave the space, wanting to go somewhere else, wanting to keep wandering, keep traveling, keep meeting other people, even yeah, going into nature. There was this big fantasy or idea, a dream that I had of living in nature by myself, or being really immersed with nature. And it's like my partner didn't want that, or this was not possible because we were stepping into becoming a family. And since the beginning that was there, and I kept choosing to stay with my partner and to stay here for the journey of being a dad. And it hasn't it didn't end. The That bifurcation, or that thing about leaving the family space, I researching more and more into it, and it was this big pain. And I discovered that this is a thing for fathers, that there is this thing, that a core wound for fathers, or for men who become fathers, and probably from our own experience with our fathers, about our fathers leaving the space, abandoning the home, abandoning the space. And so there is this core wound about abandoning. And I've been investigating this thing more and more, and I'm discovering that this is how I'm not in my center. This is how I'm creating this place where I'm have one foot here and one foot there. And energetically, this has certain consequences in the family space. This has the consequence that your your partner, the person that you are collaborating with in creating this space for your children, is not fully there. Your 2 feet are not in the family space, so there is one foot on one side and one foot on the other. And I had this fantasy about wanting to meet other women and be with other women, and 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 yeah, like have that exploration outside. I want my freedom, I want to be free and not have all of this responsibility. And when I'm in the house space, in the family space, there's so many responsibilities, so much, from in all of the different dimensions, in the underworld, the middle world, and the upper world. Is responsibility everywhere. So this was big for me, this was opening up this wound about my freedom and what does it mean to be freedom. What is this part of me that has this foot on one side and this foot on this side? And for for many fathers, this shows up as this pattern of being busy and getting busy, where they're like focusing on work so much and it's all about their work, and the family is in that space and work is on this space. So what does this have to do with being centered? When your attention is somewhere else and only some of your attention is here, it means that your center, your attention is going to somewhere else. It's not here in this moment. The process of becoming centered is what is that part of you that is over there? And what is the result, the consequences of having that part over there? And for men and fathers, this is about the future, like creating stuff about the future and your ideas of what it should be, how things should be. And so as I'm, I hate not being able to be centered in my family, because this doesn't create a space where I can be fully there, where my partner has this rock bottom thing or rock solid thing to touch on. It's like I'm there and sometimes I'm not there. I'm there and sometimes I'm not there. And this is not just for my partner, this happens too also for my children. So I'm creating this consequence of no grounding. There is no partnership. I'm perpetuating the thing that I was hurt from my experience with my father. And even though I wanted to be something else, when I became a father, I thought I want to be better for my children than what my father was for me. And like I'm still finding that I'm creating the same thing, the same way of avoiding being in the space, the same way of being busy, getting busy. And this is creating the consequence in my space that I I I don't want this concept. I don't want these results. I'm not I'm not getting the results that I want, and this I'm seeing that this is because I'm not centered. I'm My attention is somewhere else. It's often in my partner. I give my attention to my partner. I tell her, or I ask her to tell me how to do things. So my attention is on her, and giving her my center in this way, that she is the authority, she is the mother, she is the one that she knows how things go in the space. uh she's the one that knows the most. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit because we both came into this journey as parents together. And and I it's like I don't there is something cultural that is so normal of giving my center to my partner, of telling her to tell me how I should do things, how I should behave, what should I be doing. And this shows up in different ways. And as a father, like I'm committing to being in this pain of being a father, and this path, this journey of being a father. And so I'm discovering that there is a part of me that doesn't want that is so scared about being a father, that is avoiding, that is putting itself somewhere else. So what do I do? I've been doing, yeah. So a few years ago, 3 years ago, I hit a rock bottom where nothing was working in my relating spaces. And I was at the end of a rope, at the end of the road. Uh, Everything was collapsing and crumbling. This was in 2022, 2021. And I started getting this distinction that my center was not with me. was giving my center to the government, to the system, this imaginary system out there. I was giving my center to money. I was giving my center to my partner, to my parents, to authority figures like the landlord of the communities where we were living, and even like older people. I will give my center to older people. I will say they know better than me, and they can take action for me. And as I've been stepping, I've learned, like I'm learning that I'm a boy in this adult body, in this big body. That even though I have a big body, I have muscles, I have voice, I can scream, or I can go out there by myself. There is still a part of me that is a boy, a little boy, especially around the emotions. When I will get emotionally triggered, it will shut down my system and to revert me to being in stepping into this little boy phase. So as I'm stepping more into adulthood, as I decide like I want to be an adult, I don't want to keep being a little boy. I'm not a little boy. I'm not 18 years old anymore. I'm not 20. I'm not 30 years old. I have children. I have 3 children. I have a partner, and I have this passion for creating things, this desire for creating cultures and for stepping out there with creating new possibilities for relating with the world, or new ways of relating with life, with nature. And I have all of this passion inside of me, and none of it was working from that state where I was. So I said, I want to step more into this adult part of me that can actually create these things and can actually be emotionally mature or emotionally sober. And I that my X in the map was that I was giving my center away, and and I'm speaking to you right now, not from this perfect place where I have all my center, because I'm still on that process where I giving my center away. I'm putting my center away out there and not having it. So I just want to share this to make it clear that I'm not saying this as this perfect thing that I made it, I achieved my center. No, it's like I'm like my center still like goes out there and unconsciously and goes to other people. Uh, but that there has been a process that I've been doing, especially in working with my anger, that has allowed me to reclaim more of my center and to get more of it, at least to notice when my center is going out there and like I get completely obliterated and lost. And now it's been this process of reclaiming. So this is my journey that I'm sharing with you of becoming center. And the next few episodes are gonna be about this, about becoming center, because this is the first thing of noticing working with your attention. Where is your attention going in the realm, like in time and space? Is it going to people? Is it going to projects, to the future? Is it staying inside of you? Or is it going outside? Where are the tentacles of your attention going to? And also how you let other people's attention affect you. So this is really mage's work, or a work of archetypal, stepping into archetypal realms of working with directly with your attention. So this is what I'm journeying myself into and what I'm empowering you as a father. If this resonates for you, if you are a legendary father, or you are a father who has a creative drive, entrepreneurial drive, that you want to create things and start new things in the world, and create new possibilities in the world for relating in a more regenerative way, where you can create cultures that are regenerative. And if this is for you, I want to empower you. I'm empowering you to become more centered. And this can be scary. It's scary because so much you get so much of your energy back, so much clarity, so much of your being is right there, with all of your resources, with everything, and you no longer have an excuse to escape outside, because you don't have to, because your center is there. You are being in the present moment with reality, and you can you have the tools to be there, to hold that amount of intensity in there, in the spot, for you, for your loved ones, and for yourself, and for the things that you're creating, and for all of these different archetypal forces that you are interacting with. So this is what I'm empowering you to become. Empowering you to become centered. And as a first step, this is the first step of stepping into your adulthood, is reclaiming this attention, wherever it is at, reclaiming it back to your being. And I will be doing an experiment for the next 3-4 days of becoming more and more centered, allowing, like, starting noticing more and more where am I giving my attention to, and using more of my conscious anger to be more centered, to become more centered. And what that means is not just like this concept, like, or achievement. It's like the male's achievement, like, I'm gonna become more centered. And it's more about what I want, like really I'm calling in your essence. I'm calling in for more of you to show up in the space, for more of you to be in here, for more of you to inhabit this world, this body, this human experience, this physical reality. And I will be doing that experiment for the next 3 days, and I will be reporting back again in the next episode. So I want to hear from you if this lands for you. How does this land for you? Where does this land for you? Do you also experience this part of your journey as a father, where you can see that you want to leave, but you also want to stay? Leave and stay. Should I stay or should I go? Do you notice that part inside of you? And do you notice how your center is somewhere else? Often in this, like, I should be more valuable. I should be bringing more resources to my family, or I should be better father. Uh, Often it can be like, in the future, I will be better. And you notice how your you don't have your center. How is it that you don't have your center? What is it that you're giving your center to? And I would love for you to share your comments. Share in the comments how this is for you, and get in touch with that part of yourself that is not fully in the present. And how is it that you're not in the present? So that's it for this episode. I want to thank you again for watching and for really stepping into this edge together. This is an edge cast from an edge worker to other edge workers. So this is for fathers who are on their edge of modern culture, stepping into wanting to create regenerative cultures. And I will be sharing more of this in the future. And thank you again for watching this episode. And I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.